Warm welcome everyone to this special live this Saturday evening on market crashes. Are they an opportunity or they are a threat? So let's talk about that with our community leader Lasya. So I'm bringing her in. This is Lasya, and we'll talk
Hi.
about shortly. Yes, Lasya, we'll invite you to share your story shortly. And before we begin, let's start talking. So, guys, a lot of us get really scared of market crashes and we think they are a threat and that we shouldn't be investing. Well, last year has been different. Let me talk about that. Last year has been different because we really used the 2020 market crash, late March market crash opportunity really to her advantage. So her portfolio, which was 40% down, has been up since then because she really invested well during that crash. And well, today let's begin by talking about you. So, are you scared of a crash or is this an opportunity? Start typing, my people, all of you who are here. Hi, Balwinder, Sheetal, everybody, please start typing. What is a market crash for you? Let's start typing. We're all a community of women investors, must talk. The market crash is inevitable. So, is it an opportunity? Is it a threat? How do we relate with it? Opportunity for sure, says Balwinder. What about others? Afroz is joining us from Jodhpur. She's saying opportunity. Yes. Hi, Prachi. Welcome. What's a market crash for you? Is it an opportunity, a threat? Yes, bringing in all the questions for Lasya, our expert, our ace investor. Okay, for Gitanjali, it is scary. It's a threat.
Yeah.
Hi, Ridhima. For Prachi, it was a threat and now an opportunity. Sheetal, an opportunity. Okay, got it. All our investors are saying opportunity. Priyanka, can be an opportunity if we are well informed. Bingo. I love that. You already steal the show, Priyanka. Opportunity full on, Ridhima. Carl, opportunity. Hi, Apeksha. Welcome.
Hey.
Preeti, opportunity. And I need to be conscious. Got that. Got that, guys. Thank you for sharing what it is for all of you. Now, let me ask you, is this market crash, which shows up as a threat, for some of you, it's an opportunity, does it stop you from investing in the stock market? Like, is it stopping you from really making those financial goals happen? Just say stop if these crashes are stopping you from entering the market. Okay, Namita, opportunity. Got it. Preeti is not getting stopped. Preeti is saying, no, no market crash can stop me. I'm unstoppable. Absolutely. Chetna,
Hi.
hi, hi. Chetna, yes, when stock markets are lower, there is more opportunity for investment. Got it. Prachi, not scared of investing because of the crash. Got that. Learning, let's build more skills, let's study, and that will change the outcome that we're looking for. Got that. Apeksha is not scared. Ridhima, after doing the Women on Wealth programs, is
True.
unstoppable. Got that. Got that, guys. Thank you for sharing. So, for some of us, well, for some of us, it's an opportunity, but let me talk about the many women who are not a part of the Women on Wealth community right now. For them, it's a threat, and it's a serious stop from entering the stock market, because of the crash, because of this volatility of the stock market, it occurs as a big threat. It occurs as something extremely risky that none of us should get into. So, on that note, let me share that I have been through many crashes. The first crash that I saw in the market was the 2008 market crash, where I lost 90% of what I had invested. The next one was 2011. Till then, I was still learning and growing. 2020 is the third crash that I saw where we made money, and where Lasya also made money there. So she'll talk about that shortly. And why I made some money is I would purely give the credit to first my mentors, who taught me that there was a step by step methodology that I could use for stock investing. Until then, I didn't know that there was a methodology that existed. I thought it was purely luck and some good advice and gamble. And well, it is none of that. And we have proven it time and again at Women on Wealth. This, it's been throughout that we are saying, let's talk about being knowledgeable investor. 2020 has been a mover and shaker for many of us. We saw the first market crash. Lasya, why don't you talk about your journey now from, you know, seeing your portfolio 40% down to now where it is? So over to you.
Yeah, thanks, Priyanka. Thank you for letting me be there in this session. And I would love to share my experience with the market crash. I assume that you know a bit about me, but I'll just share a line about myself. So I am an MBA graduate with 7 years of experience in corporate, and I have a 2.5-year-old son. After his birth, I took 1 year break. Over the past 1 year, I was a part of WOW while I was off the corporate job, and I did the stock program and also the money gym program. After that, I've been actually learning, looking at my portfolio that I have previously invested without researching. So they were invested only purely because of some recommendations by from some friends and some stockbroker tips, in fact, because of that, but they weren't really going well, and which is why I wanted to invest my time and money in learning how to assess the stocks and how to choose the right stocks after a thorough research. So which is why I enrolled for WOW programs, and after graduating I started relooking at my portfolio, and I tried studying one by one all the companies one by one. And in March 2020, after 6 months of the completion of my program, the stock market crashed. Although I wasn't very scared, but I wanted to see how it goes ahead. I have been meaning to study the crashes since 2019, even before I joined WOW, but I didn't get time for that. And after coming into WOW, I have been going through some of the details on the surface, but I didn't do deep study. But from March, after the crash has hit the market, then I started looking at the past trends of all the crashes. Different crashes that had happened to the Indian stock market and even the markets abroad, and I saw some kind of pattern, and I studied them in depth. And in March, although my portfolio was down by 40%, it had a mix of stocks, some very good one and some very bad ones, purely because I didn't invest time in studying them and researching them well. But I really had some good ones which were worth my money, and I have been investing some little bit portion of my money into these stocks every month. And starting March, I have increased the amount by 2.5 times of what I was investing earlier. And that's how I actually averaged the prices of these stocks, and I managed to come out of that loss, and I am on a profit right now. So this is a small sneak peek of my journey. And yeah, that's it, Priyanka and everyone.
Got it, got it. Thank you for sharing. I often get fascinated when young mothers take on this journey of the
Yeah.
stock market, stock investing. Was it easy? Was it tough? Because a lot of our women are young mothers,
Yeah. Yeah.
and they often say, "Oh, I have no time. Oh, I have no energy left with my little one." So, can you share your journey, please?
Yeah, sure. It was not at all easy. I didn't have a very strong support system, but thanks to my husband, he helps me a lot. But obviously, he also has a full time job, so he also has limited time. But I was fully involved with my son, and while involving with him, I started taking out like 1 hour in the initial days, and then I increased, my time that is for me and my learning and my portfolio. I increased the time gradually, so it didn't happen all of a sudden. Okay, I will not fake it. So it all happened through baby steps. Initially it was 1 hour, and then I multitask a lot with him while he is playing. Our phone is always with us, right? So while I guide him with a toy or a puzzle, I take 5 or 10 minutes to catch up with the news or what's going on, or I watch some videos of some lessons that are taught, and I watch some live sessions by Priyanka. So I do all these catch ups while I am with him or while having breakfast. And you also know, Priyanka, I turn out to the meetings on Saturdays with so much of multitasking around chopping vegetables on the side or making breakfast. So that's how I kind of manage. I know many people don't like multitasking, but it's okay. It all depends on what is the thing that we want to focus on. We can map the one brainer and one no brainer, and it is achievable. Trust me, I have done it. So I think every other young mom can do it. So it is not unachievable. So, and no matter how much others push you, I think it's us who has to push ourselves. So I think I have got so many advices about career and to change career or to do something else. I tried also, but I think what I did was to not give up on anything. I continuously involved myself in learning, and it actually gave me pleasure in learning and sharing with the community members and anyone else in my life. So, and it was definitely not an easy task. I had my struggles, but it was all good. I mean, by the end of the day, if I have a positive portfolio which wasn't looking very great 2 years ago, I am now happy. All the hard work is worth it. I would say small baby steps should be taken, but we will be there someday. Yeah.
Got it. So, for all you young mothers who are listening, watching, Lasse is saying baby steps. Can we bring in a 1% change every day? Can we multitask? Can we do a brainer, a non-brainer? Can we like do it all? And well, Lasya here is demonstrating that we can do it all, provided we want to really do it all.
Yeah.
And I
True.
think, how I see it, Lasya, is if we really want to bring about a change where women are not just looked at as homemakers, where we stop dividing these roles in our houses, that men do this, women do that. If you want to really go and have shared roles than divided roles, then like we all need to kind of do this. We all need to kind of find ways which work for
Yeah.
us to work on our money lives and to create wealth, to understand the stock market. And well, stock market is one of the top ways to create wealth. So if Lasya can go from a minus 40% to a plus, yeah, to like growing her finances at this stage. Today we had our inner circle community meetup, and in the monthly meetup, everybody was talking about how their stocks had grown, and we had some of our investors saying that they have a 40% growth in their portfolio, some 90%, 100 plus percent. Now, that's the kind of rate of return that we're talking about, and that's not possible in any other space as of now. I mean, yes, it was possible in the property markets earlier, but
Hmm.
well, that time is gone and property has not bounced back. And right now, if you see, this is only possible in the world of stocks and businesses. So either you run your own businesses, invest in stocks, or do both if you want to maximize your returns. So, Lasya, why don't you also talk about being a single income household and yet investing in the time of the crash of 2020? Let's talk about the latest crash and being single income.
Yeah, sure. So, yeah, as I wasn't working, and my husband was the only one person who was working over the past 1 year, it was really difficult for us to switch from double income to single income. So, obviously, we shifted from luxury phase to basic needs. But I think thanks to Money Gym, I inculcated some of the best practices on spending money, and we spent the money very wisely and only to satisfy our needs, but we didn't even go for wants. Of course, not for the baby, but yeah, for ourselves. And we haven't overspent anywhere. And we saved small amount of our income, and we kind of managed to save. In fact, 7% of our income, I would say that is not very big, but at least for a start, I think it's a good amount to start with a single income. And with all the uncertainty around during the corona crash, it was actually an achievement for us to gather such income for ourselves to invest some amount. I was also simultaneously taking some freelancing projects, and obviously those are not full time and those are very small. And I got some very small amount that wasn't even matching my previous salary, but still I saved all that amount and I started investing into the stock market. And as I said earlier, I doubled the amount, and in fact, by 2.5 times, I increased my monthly amount. And I continued that for 4 months till the stock market is stable. I mean, got stable. So I think that's how, that was a big step for us to keep expenses into our control. And now I feel that I can handle our expenses also very well. Earlier, I wasn't very disciplined towards my expenses. My husband was, but I wasn't. I used to shop around, go crazy. But now I am very disciplined regarding any shopping or any kind of expenses that happen around me, and I'm very mindful of those. So I think even though if you choose between some expenses or you can postpone some expenses, I think you create that portion of money that you have to invest every month at any cost. I think you will reach there slowly and steadily. It's I think trying to do that is very important. The intention is very important. So you will get there. I
Got
got
it.
there. So yeah.
I got there, and so can you. That's the
Yeah.
message right there. Lasya, why
Yeah.
don't you now talk about your investing strategy? Because you really implemented it well during the crash, the 2020 crash. So why don't you
Mhm.
talk about that?
Sure. So I had a mix of stocks in my portfolio. Some were very bad. The stocks that I invested before doing the stock program without any research, some of them were good, but there are more of the bad stocks, I would say, and I wasn't happy at all about them. After the crash, I invested in those stocks that gave me the confidence that they will grow. So my portfolio had some stocks which have fallen terribly. They haven't come back till now, even the market is high. But there are some stocks which I chose after doing the WOW course, after researching after researching thoroughly. Those haven't fallen much, but they have risen even much higher after the market has bounced back. So I trusted those stocks, and I averaged out my price by investing them and by catching them at a really low price. Like we buy good stuff while there is a huge sale. So I used that opportunity and I averaged down the price, and I'm so glad I did. And I was not nervous doing that. But I'm really glad that now my portfolio is doing really well, and I am so confident about my choices of stocks also right now. Yeah.
Got it. Got it. So, guys, here is another message coming from Lasya, though I keep repeating it, but I think, we got to hear it from different people in the community to
Yeah.
kind of really to have that sink in within us. So, only invest when you know how to research, when you've done it yourself. And Lastya did it herself. She's saying she researched her stocks well, got confidence in them. She shared with me that earlier she was investing an amount which was X, and then she made it 2.5X when the market crashed. You can only increase your investment so much when you know that the opportunity is right here. I can buy it, and I have the right stocks that I've chosen.
Yeah.
So that's what Lasya exactly did. And well, this is a part of having an investment strategy which Lasya is very generously sharing with all of us. So now let's take a question which is there from Gitanjali, and Gitanjali is asking, how about the ones where you invested after studying stocks? Where did they take you, Lasya? Any inputs you want to give there?
Sure. So they are from our universe, Priyanka, I would say. But yeah, they have been doing really well. I got them at really great prices, and they have been flying around these days. I mean, they are doing really well. All of them are doing really well, except for a couple of them. I wouldn't say there are no negatives at all, but some are stable. But most of them are doing really great, I would say. Yeah.
Got it. Got it. So that's for you, Gitanjali. You've done our stock investing program. Okay, here is Preeti. She's saying, if the market crashes and the portfolio value is negative, impacted, is it terrible? If you don't need the money immediately, if you can afford to wait it out, won't your portfolio come back with a bang once the market comes up? Again, provided when your companies are fundamentally strong and well researched. Yes, only when your
Yes.
companies are well researched
Well
will they
received.
bump.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I second that.
yeah, that's beautiful. So Parul, another question for you, Lasya, from Parul. What was
Yeah.
your research focused on? Quantitative analysis, qualitative analysis, or both? Well, Parul is in our community. She's
Both.
done our program. So really good question coming from her. Go for it, Lasya.
Sure, sure. Both, Parul, and even beyond quantitative analysis and qualitative analysis, I think studying the market in a different angle also helps. I mean, how it behaves also really helps. So, qualitative and quantitative analysis are the basics. Without that, we can't go anywhere, because without knowing how the business is doing and financially and otherwise also, it's really tough to choose. And I have made that mistake in the past without even knowing what the company does. I have invested in some of them, and they are doing terrible right now, and obviously I don't want to do that mistake again. So unless and until I do a thorough research, even though I hear about it from others, I do my part of research again to make sure that it's 100% correct, and then only I go ahead and invest. Yeah.
Got it. Got it. And Parul, I would like to add, so it's not just quantitative analysis and qualitative analysis that has helped Lasya. She's really understood the market, and what she's really understood deeply well are the market crashes. So Lasya, can you take them over a screen that you shared with me? Yeah. So I'm just
Yeah.
sharing my screen, and if you can take them over.
Yeah.
Yes.
One second.
Okay.
You are sharing the screen, Priyanka?
Yes, please. I've done that, Lasya. Here you go.
Okay. Yes, I can see. So I hope everyone can see this. So this is the Nifty Index that we have by the NEC, and this is how the market has crashed from, this is one year period of the, Nifty Index, how it has performed. And over the past one year, if you see, in December 2019, it was at somewhere around 12,000. And in Feb and March, when the corona started hitting, I mean, in February, when corona started hitting the countries, different countries, it, came down a little to 11,200. But on March 23rd, I think that was the worst day of the stock market history. When the crash happened, I think the Nifty has fallen by 20%, I think, on that day itself, by 1,000 points, if I remember. And then the least that Nifty has gone down was to 7,500. I mean, we haven't seen that number in past few years. And it was a steep 40% plummeted number at 7,500. That was in March. And if you see after March, slowly it started rising. And today, I mean, this is Friday's data, and today it's at all-time high of 12,843. And look at the growth. I mean, of course, it has fallen very badly. The fall was very steep by 40%, but after that, it has grown by almost 60%, which is huge. And the right time to take advantage of this fall is really when the Nifty was at 7,500. And I am so glad I did it. And now at 12,500 my stocks are shining. So I am so glad that I had to experience this. And experiencing is different and studying is different, of course. But I think no one, earlier I haven't even studied, but I've been meaning to study this from 2019. I had this in my to-do list for the year-long goals. I was able to tick this, and I had studied different market crashes, after which I was able to have this mindset of trying to use it as an opportunity rather than seeing it as a threat. So I invested more money in the stocks that I trust, which have taken me today to that positive position. So yeah, that's
Got
about
it.
stock.
Got it, Lasya. And guys, I want to bring one point. At this fall, everybody was scared. Everybody in the community was scared. But because we are a community of investors and we are together, we just held on to the great stocks that we had bought. And today, most women in the community are sitting in profits and they're making money. Why? Because we saw this fall and we saw this rise all together. And that's the power of community. Had we been alone in this journey during this period, okay, this period, it was a very uncertain period. On one side, we had the coronavirus hitting us. On the other side, we had all our money going down the drain. So, will the good stocks not go down? Well, if the market will fall, everything will go down. But did they go down as much? Not really. Did they bounce back the first? Well, yes. If you buy good, strong stocks, they will be the first ones to bounce back. I want to know, what are you getting, guys, from this sharing? What are you getting? What's your learning? Lasya has prepared a lot so that all of you learn and grow.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Parul is sharing. This has been encouraging for her. Got that. Hi, Parul. We have many Parul in our community. I'll take the questions in a while. First, I want to know what you guys are getting. Jiju is sharing. This is insightful, and Jiju is in Dubai. So we have people from all across coming in today. Okay. Parul is sharing. She agrees about the resilience of our good stocks. Got that. What about others? Guys, what are you getting? Please start sharing. Small, quick sharing. Okay, Priyanka is sharing, sensing the community. Yes, Priyanka. So join in. This is a euphoric time. Join the gang. Okay, Gitanjali is sharing. Study yourself, do all your research, study, brainstorm, choose with confidence. Got that, Gitanjali? Fall is an opportunity, and to make best of it, I need to invest more. Yes, Ridhima, absolutely. Preeti is sharing, stay invested in strong stocks, irrespective of the market going up or down. Brilliant. Brilliant, guys. Thank you. Thank you for all this sharing. Let's move forward and talk about all the market crashes that Lasta has studied. So I'm going to now kind of show you guys all that Lasya has been talking with me about. So these are a few market crashes that have happened, and Lasya on her own has managed to study all of them. It's the Harshan Mehta scam 1992, dot-com bubble 2001, subprime crisis 2008 where I lost a lot of money, EU crisis 2011, coronavirus crash 2020. What I want to say is that, well, Parul was asking a question, qualitative analysis, quantitative analysis, is it enough? No, I think what really helped Lasya is that she understood all the market crashes. She saw that, okay, the 2021 was an opportunity, and that's why she increased her investments 2.5 times, which led her to all that she's created all this while. So, guys, I want to know how many of you want to understand all these crashes. Just say me if you want to understand all these crashes. You want to like really know what happened in each crash, what moved it, and more. Got that? So there is acknowledgement coming for you, Lasa. How many of you want to know about all these crashes? Just say me if you want to learn about them. Got
Thanks.
that? We have Rima saying me. Yes. Who else wants to learn about all these market crashes and kind of be prepared for the next one so that you can actually learn and grow yourself and grow your finances. Okay, so we have Priyanka, we have Gitanjali, we have Parul, Rashmi, and we have another Parul.
Yeah,
Yes, we
two
have
parts.
another Parul. We have Jiju. Yes, got that. We have Afroz saying, okay, I want to learn. Got that. Let me share that what happened in our community. Okay, guys, I want to share this. What happened in our community when the coronavirus crash was happening? Like that day, which last year was just remembering when the market fell like never before. Then it was crazy as to what was happening in our women stock investors community. So I'm going to take you guys, many of you, you might notice that those comments are yours. So you could acknowledge that, well, this is the one, this is you who's written it. We're not blaming anybody, but well, we're still saying that this is what happened in our community at that time. So one of our community members said, mixed feelings actually. Biggest erosion in overall portfolio value since I started last year. Not a happy feeling. But getting to experience a market crash, that is the cyclical nature, ups and downs. What I only heard in videos and read about in articles, that in a way is amusing. Am I scared? No. But I'm observing and learning each passing day. And being a part of this bigger community has been a primary contributor to that. Gratitude for all the learnings and shared experiences. We are in this together. I'm actually excited to see how events like a global pandemic impact the stock market. First of its kind in my life so far, said another investor. And mind you, these are women investors. LOL, we must, LOL, okay, whatever way you say it, we must be the very few ones who aren't panicking. Our community, there was a lot of emotion, but there wasn't a panic to sell the stock. There was no panic. Like we had to really take care of our people, I must say. And we did. We did some special community meetups, but nobody was panicking. And I am proud to share this. We must be the few ones who aren't panicking and actually looking to buy. Great opportunity to lower the average buying price she's talking about. I was seeing the history, and each time after an Ebola and SAR, the market bounced back. I've complete faith in the market. My portfolio is down 40%, but I'm only looking at this as a great opportunity. My husband also told me the fact that my portfolio is down only 40% at a time like this, which means I have quality stocks in my portfolio. I feel like all the learning and mindset building done since my stocks program, this is the Women on Wealth stocks program that we run, are coming to its full utilization now since I never saw 2008. I feel like I'm graduating. Stopping here. What is each one of you getting? Where are you right now? Emotionally, physically, mentally? What are you getting? Market crash, it's a reality. And it happened, and our investors lived through it. If you're our investor, do make sure you type something in. And if you yet aren't ours, then say what you're learning. Look at what Preeti is sharing, Lasa. She's saying, I would
Yeah.
like to know more about these crashes. She has
Yes.
some sketchy knowledge about them. Yeah, that's a very
Sure.
senior person talking. She's 60 plus.
Yeah.
So definitely she's seen them through. But yeah, how we don't like really spend time. Ah,
Yeah.
got that rhythm is sharing. She's feeling
Same.
gratitude for the community. Got that. Thanks, Rhythm. At a great place with this strong community. Like, I'm clear, guys, if we want to make this mission that we are on, if we want to turn this into a movement, then well, we got to be in this together. Else, women being looked at differently will never ever happen unless we really shake it and really move it. Okay, let's hear. Afroz is sharing power of the wow community and she's glad to be a part of it. Got that. Got that, Afroz. I would love to hear from people who are not yet a part of our inner circle. What are they feeling? Okay, Prachi, we can see a blank coming from you. Got it. It's peace. A sign of peace is how I take it. Thank you, guys. Okay, let's move forward. Let's move forward. We have many more comments to show, but I'm going to now skip it and invite you to an opportunity that Lasya and us at Women on Wealth have created together. So, Lasya, over to you. Okay.
Yeah.
How about you sharing this opportunity with everybody around? Over to you, Lasya.
Sure. Yeah, the title says it all, how to thrive in a market crash. So this is how you hold up and everything. And this only happens when you're aware of what is happening around you and you are aware of what has happened in the past and how people have come out of it or how people have experienced it. So it's also, I think I would really like to acknowledge the community here also, because if I was not surrounded by all these women who have the strong assurance of being invested and experiencing the crash together, I don't know what I would have done. I might have sold the portfolio, or I might not have reinvested again. So I really invested time in learning about all these crashes and what are the different reasons of that created these crashes, in fact. So because Priyanka, can you take me to the list of the crashes that we have?
Yeah.
Yeah, so these are the few crashes that I have studied, and I want to really share my learnings with people here. And there, all these crashes have different reasons behind them, and there are some similar reasons for some of them, but I think it can come from anywhere, right? Harshad Mehta scam, and dot com bubble. Some can be company driven, some can be person driven, or some can be totally a different concept driven, and some can be due to an oil crisis, or and this one especially, this is due to a pandemic, right? So these are all coming from different backgrounds and with different reasons. So I want to share how these impacted the stock market at various times in the past, and how they have performed later, and what what is the biggest learning from these market crashes and how it has fallen and how it has risen. Or I want to share all of that with you, and I wanted to share my actions that I took step by step to build a stronger portfolio. And I would also want to share more on the actions to have that power and willingness to actually go through the market crash and survive it. I would say, I think survival is a thing of 2020. So I would really want to share some of those points through a session. In fact, we are coming up with a session. Priyanka, can you share the details?
Sure. Go ahead, Lasya.
Yeah, so I am leading this session about stock market crashes that we have experienced in the past, and I really want to see many people there and learn from this, because I know it is difficult to study them all by ourselves, and it would be great if someone can really bring all the information in front of us together. So that's what I thought I would do. And through this session that we are hosting on December 19th, which is a Saturday, most of you are not working on that day, and 5 to 7 p.m. in the evening, please block yourselves and please register for this session. You can find the fee details and the payment details are here. And Priyanka will also share a link of the form where you have to give your details if you are interested to learn. So I would really recommend this, because I think as we talked and as we experienced also, I think without learning about even the behind the scenes of the market or what actually happens throughout the life cycle of a market, I think it is tough to understand it and tame it, in fact, I would say. So I think that's one of the things that actually hooked me to it, even though I wasn't doing well in the initial days. So I think I have seen how my portfolio moved up and down. So I just want to share what all I learned from these crashes, and I really want to share with everyone. So do register. So I'll be looking
Good.
forward to, yeah.
Thanks for that, Lasya. And I would invite everybody to join in, because you all want to survive a lot of market crashes which are coming up. Because if the bull market is on, if the market has gone up, remember it will come down. And we all need to learn about different market crashes and how each happened, what are the learnings from each, and what we need to be cautious of while we are building our portfolios. Most of us here are building our portfolios for the long term. We always say equities are for the long term. So jump in. The registration link is right with this video on your Facebook. I've also posted it in the chat. So you can register and get started now on your journey to your financial freedom. So, Belinda, this is just going to be a 2 hour session. It's going to be a 2 hour workshop. That's about it. And you will learn about all the market crashes and the learnings from various market crashes. So that's why we are investing 2 hours to kind of get you through it. And you will have the video recording of that session.
Yeah.
Okay, we have another question from Sharon. Will you be teaching about leveraging the portfolio? Well, yes. So that's what Lasya is talking about, how she strategized, how she did so well in the middle of the market crash while people were panicking and they were selling, Lasya was buying. So that's the power. Thanks, Palvinder. Okay, any other questions, anyone around the workshop, around anything? Any questions? Any concerns? Yes, so you have a friend, Lassa, acknowledging you here.
That's my sister. That's my sister.
Oh,
Yeah.
warm welcome. Yeah, this is a space for all the sisterhood to show up. Absolutely. Thank you for being here. Okay, any questions? Anyone? You want to ask anything? No questions? Then start typing. What are you taking away? What are you getting from this entire conversation today? What are you getting today, guys? If we have missed any comments, do type them in again.
Oh,
Good. Yeah. Okay, we have Nitisha saying, great session, Lasya. Thank you. Yeah, Nitisha is one of our old investors from Mumbai. Okay, so Ekta,
Definitely.
you're asking can you join this before the stocks program? Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Before the stocks program, after the stocks program, either way it works.
Anytime. Yeah.
Best part is that you join in, begin now. Okay, Priyanka, you're asking that how you can join the stocks program. You want to learn more. So I've left a link to a form as well as there is a link to WhatsApp. So please message your phone number, leave your contact details, and our team will reach out to you for sharing about the stocks program that we run. Also, inviting you to register for this one. Learn everything together to grow with velocity. Okay, we have more love coming for you, Lasya, from
Okay.
Richa. Okay, we have Ridhima sharing besides stocks, we need to study various other factors that impact the market. Stay connected in the community. Absolutely, Ridhima. Okay, Prachi sharing great session, Lasya. Thank you, Prachi. Okay. Ekta, thank you. Great, guys. So on that note, I trust we've answered all the questions. If there are more, reach out to us personally. My WhatsApp link is right with this video. Also, there's a form to register for this workshop, or there's another form to connect with us.
Huh?
So, oh
Balloon
wow.
has
So
already
Balwinder has
registered. Yay.
registered. Great job, Balwinder. More power to you for
Look
really
forward.
doing your yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. I think that's the key. That's how you do it. Great. Okay, Priyanka is sharing. Thank you. The session was empowering and insightful. Well, yes. This is what we're committed to here, making sure each woman is empowered with this tool called money. And we are a money school for women. So today's class ends here with Lasya, our expert, our student who turned into a leader and today is an ace investor and our expert. So we are proud to share her journey and how she's taken it on. Looking forward to this workshop, Lasya, with you. Thank you,
Yeah.
everyone, for showing up for your investment in yourself. Loads of love. Take charge. Stay safe. Bye bye.
Bye. Thanks.
Thank you.